By the vigor and the enthusiasm associated with our campaign. Every campaign I've ever been in my life, I've out-campaigned all of my opponents, and I'm confident that I will. And thanks for the question, you little jerk.
Clarity that many around the world took as a true sign of his thinking.
Bomb Iran, you know, bomb, 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 bomb. Anyway.
When veterans are together, veterans joke. And I was with veterans and we were joking. And if somebody can't understand that, my answer is please get a life.
Some of my old veterans friends, and my response is lighten up and get a life.
You don't think it was insensitive or in any way making light of
the Iranians? And my response is lighten up and get a life.
Anybody can't adjust to that, then lighten up and get a life.
There you go. All right.
Arizona Senator John McCain was asked how he planned on beating his Democratic rival Hillary Clinton, and his supporter used a term that rhymes with rich.
How do we beat the bitch?
But that's an excellent question. You might know that there was a poll yesterday, a Rasmussen poll, I identify it, that shows me 3 points ahead of Senator Clinton in a head-to-head matchup.
About Vice President.
Everybody knows I had a conversation. Everybody knows that I had a conversation. There's no American in Washington that knows that. There's no one, and you know it too.
What was it?
So you know. So I don't even know why you asked.
Well, I asked because I
No, you do know it. You do know it.
I just read in the Times in May of 04.
I don't know what you read or heard of, and I don't know the circumstances. Maybe in May of 04 I hadn't had a conversation. I don't know, but it's well known that I had the conversation. Do you have a question on another issue?
Well, can I ask you when the conversation was?
No, because the issue is closed as far as I'm concerned. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it in America.
Can you describe the conversation?
Pardon me?
Can you describe the conversation?
No, of course not. I don't private conversations.
Okay, can I ask you...
Why should I? Then there's no such thing as a private conversation, is there? If you have a private conversation with someone and then come and tell you, I don't know that that's a private conversation.
Okay.
I think that's a conversation.
Can I ask you about your... why you're so angry?
Pardon me?
Never mind. Let me ask you this.
I mean, it's well known. Everybody knows. It's been well chronicled 1,000 times that John Kerry asked if I would consider being his running mate.
Right.
And I said, no, under no circumstances. That's all very well known.
Okay.
Success will be fairly easy. I believe that we can win an overwhelming victory in a very short period of time. Easy. It was easy. The American people were led to believe that this would be some kind of a day at the beach, which many of us fully understood from the beginning would be a very, very difficult undertaking.
I knew it was probably going to be long and hard and tough, and those that voted for it and thought that somehow it was going to be some kind of an easy task, then I'm sorry they were mistaken. Maybe they didn't know what they were voting for.
Do you appreciate the fact that $1 billion a day, about $400 billion a year, is going out of your pockets to oil-producing countries, many of whom are friends of yours? Some of that money ends up in the hands of terrorist organizations. This is a national security issue, my dear friends.
You said there are areas in Baghdad that you can walk around freely.
Yeah, I just came from one.
He and his delegation had just spent an hour walking around an open-air market. The U.S. military, which provided stills pictures, told NBC News the market was a 3-minute drive directly across the Tigris River from the Green Zone, and that McCain's delegation was guarded by more than 100 American soldiers with 3 Black Hawk helicopters and 2 Apache gunships overhead.
Despite the loss of life, despite the toll on the U.S. military, a toll raising one question submitted last night.
You have stated that you would leave troops in Iraq for an indefinite period. How will you do this, both militarily and economically? Please, no generalities.
I know of no military leader, including General Petraeus, that says we can't sustain our effort in Iraq. So you're wrong.
General Petraeus 1 year ago, quote, "The Army is stretched and straining." Army Chief of Staff General George Casey last month, quote, "We're deploying at unsustainable rates." So you're wrong, Senator.